Right now, somewhere in your code base, there are 5 slightly different blues. Nobody decided that. It just happened, one screen at a time. And your product looks subtly broken because of it. And almost everyone coding with AI is making it worse every single day without noticing. Here's how it happens. You ask the AI to build a screen. It needs a blue, so it reaches into its imagination and picks one. Looks fine. Then next week, new screen, it picks blue again, a slightly different blue, because it has no idea what blue you used last time. Do that 50 times and you don't have a color in it. You have a smear. 9 grays, 5 blues, spacing that's almost but not quite lined up, and no human alive who can tell you which one is the right one. That's drift. And it is the difference between something that looks like a real product and something that looks like a hackathon demo that escaped. Stick with me, because I'm going to name the exact setup that kills it, walk you through how it works, and by the end, you'll know precisely how to stop your AI from inventing a new look on every screen. And I use this exact setup every single day on real production software. Hi, I'm Alex Brockway, and a year ago, I couldn't write a single line of code. Today, real companies run on software that I built. And on this channel, I show you exactly how it's done. So let me give you the one idea this whole video hangs on, because once it clicks, the rest, it's obvious. Every visual decision in your product, every color, every bit of spacing, every font size, every shadow, every rounded corner gets a name, and it gets defined in exactly one place. You don't write the actual blue into a screen anywhere. You write the primary surface color. You don't drop a magic 12 pixel gap into your layout. You write the standard gap. Those name decisions, they're called tokens. And the one place they all live is in your source of truth. Everything in your entire product reaches for the token. Nothing, and I mean nothing, gets hard-coded anymore. And the second you do that, 3 problems you've been fighting your whole build just stop being problems. Your product gets consistent automatically because there's only one blue now. It's a token. Everywhere, everyone pulls from it. There's no second blue to drift toward. A theme change or a full-on rebrand becomes one change in one place instead of a 2-day hunt through every file, praying you caught every hex code. And this is the one that matters most for how you and I actually work. Your AI styles with your system instead of its imagination. You loaded it a vocabulary. Now, when it builds a screen, it reaches for the primary surface token, not some color it made up on the spot. That right there, it's the whole game. Now, let me get concrete about how I actually have this set up, because the specifics are the point. Gloss proves nothing. The heart of it is a design system package. If you're running a mono repo, a turbo repo workspace in my case, it's a package that sits in there, and every single token is defined in it exactly once. The whole color palette, the spacing scale, your typography, elevation, that's your shadows, radii, your rounded corners, all of it defined one time in that one package. And here's the way I want you to think about that package. It is the law. It is the visual law of your product. When a raw value and a token ever disagree about what blue means, the token wins every time, no argument. The package is the source of truth, and a source of truth doesn't get outvoted by some number a screen made up. But tokens alone are just the raw ingredients, and there's a second layer that does a huge amount of work, what I call surface recipes. Think about it, a card, a panel, a section of a page. You build those over and over across a product. The lazy way, the way that AI defaults to, is to restyle every single card by hand, fresh, every time it builds one. That is exactly how you end up with 40 cards that are all subtly different. So instead, you build the card once as a named recipe, the elevated card surface, composed out of your tokens. Now, a card isn't restyled by hand ever again. It's a named, consistent surface for you to reach for. That's what makes 100 screens look like one product instead of 40 cousins who've never met. and it does something sneaky good on top. It hands the AI an even richer vocabulary. It's not picking colors anymore. It's not even assembling cards anymore. It's reaching for the elevated card surface you already defined. You've narrowed its choices down to the right ones. Okay, so here's the part where most people's design system quietly dies. And I need you to really hear this one. A design system that nobody enforces is not a system. It's a wish, and it's a polite suggestion taped to the wall. Because here's what happens to a polite suggestion. It's Friday, it's the 40th task of the day, and AI is in a hurry. Or honestly, you're in a hurry. And somebody hard codes one raw color, just one, feels completely harmless. It is not harmless. That one is how the drift starts, and drift compounds. One becomes two, two becomes nine, and you're right back to the smear. Except now there's a token file sitting there too. So you've got two sources of truth fighting each other, which is somehow even worse than having none. Now, genuinely nobody knows which value is the real one. So you don't rely on please. You enforce it with a lint plugin, a lint rule that does one beautiful, ruthless job. It fails the build the instant someone tries to hard code a raw color or a magic spacing number. Not a warning, nobody reads. Not a gentle yellow squiggle. It fails the check. The raw value literally cannot get into your code base because the gate slams shut on it. And that is the entire difference between a design system and a hopeful style guide. One is enforced and one is a vibe. Same exact principle as enforcing any other load-bearing rule in your project. A rule you don't check is a rule that's already rotting. And this rule might be more important than any of the others because people see and act on your interface every single day. You write the rule down once, tokens, never raw values. And then you let the lint plugin do what remembers it on the Friday you forgot. The machine holds the line so you don't have to. And notice how cleanly this maps onto the actual method. Because this isn't some special design trick floating off on its own. The design system package is your context. It's the visual world you load into the AI so it styles correctly. Use tokens, never raw values. The token reference and the recipes are your documentation. The package documents itself. The lint plugin is your verification, the gate that proves it every single time. And when some new visual pattern keeps coming up, you fold it back in as new token. You fold it back in as a new token or a new recipe. So it's there, waiting next time. That's your feedback loop. Context, rules, documentation, verification, feedback. The same 5 phases that make AI write correct code are what make it style correctly too. It was never 2 different skills. Let me hand you the gotchas straight, because every one of these is how I've watched people and myself get burnt. First, hard-coded values feel harmless, and they're not. One magic hex color is never one. Enforce tokens before the drift starts, because cleaning up 9 grays after the fact is genuinely brutal, miserable work. Way harder than just not letting it happen in the first place. Second, 2 sources of truth is chaos. A token file and an ad hoc raw value living side by side means nobody knows which is authoritative. And the answer has to be a law you actually enforce. The package wins, full stop. Third, an unenforced design system rots, and it rots fast. By the second sprint, it's gone. Enforcement isn't a nice to have stacked on top. Enforcement is the system. And fourth, the one that's the whole reason you're watching, without a loaded, enforced design system, your AI invents a brand new look on every screen, and your product becomes a patchwork. The system is what gives it consistent vocabulary to build from. Take it away, and you're back at the smear, one confident screen at a time. Now here's the move that makes people's eyes light up. Theming. Because you separate the names from the values, a whole rebrand stops being a nightmare. The token structure stays exactly the same. Primary surface color still means primary surface color. You just swap what value sits behind each name. One structure, many looks, a different brand skin, a different zone of your app, a full rebrand for a client. It's swapping values against a structure that never moves. instead of a find and replace horror show across your entire code base. That is what you actually buy with all of this discipline up front. Change, it becomes cheap. And cheap to change is the entire difference between a product you can evolve and one you're afraid to touch. So that's the whole picture. And you've genuinely got enough right now to go look at your own code tonight. Go open it up, count your blues, count your grays. I'd put money on there being more than one of each. And every duplicate you find is a hard-coded value that should have been a token. That's your starting inventory. That's literally where you begin. Here's the cleanest part, though the part nobody tells you. The pieces are either free or already in your stack. The AI directing this entire setup, it's Claude Code. And it's built right into the Claude desktop app you already have. You launch it and it's there. You just have to tell it. You're not buying some separate design tooling product to make any of this work. It runs on the subscription you've already got, which is exactly how I keep my whole stack cheap instead of bleeding money to a stack of middlemen charging API rates. But that's another video. So here's where to go from here. And I mean this. Come hang out with us. I run a school community on school.com, and it is loaded. Nearly 10 hours of free training in there, including Foundations, the free course that takes you from never having written a line of code to actually building real projects step by step. A free library of starter templates and prompts, and a brand new video every single week. All of it is completely free. Go join us. And if you're looking for a little bit more, that's exactly what Premium is for. Premium is the inner membership of that same community. It's where the done-for-you build packs live, including this exact design system. You don't stand up the package and convert your hard-coded values and wire the lint plugin by hand. You download the pack, point your AI at the start file, and it builds the entire system straight into your own project. It starts by scanning your code for hard-coded values, proposes your token set, converts everything over, and walks you through it one step at a time until your AI is styling with your system instead of inventing values. That pack plus 15 more, every one a real piece of the production stack I actually run every day. It's another 10 hours or so of deeper courses. It's the full resource repository, every template, prompt, MCP, and skill, and it's weekly access to me directly to get your own build unstuck. What's free teaches you the pattern. Premium hands you the working machine and puts you in the room with me. But you don't have to start there. And honestly, many of you shouldn't. Everything you need to begin is completely free. So go grab the build kit and the free courses. The build kit hands you the foundation this whole system sits on top of. And the free courses show you how to use it. Get the structure under you. Ship one real win. Then come find us in the community. Head over there and hit subscribe. I put out a new video like this every week. Every one a real piece of how I actually build. I'll see you on the next one.